Easy. Easy. Oh. I wasn't doing anything legal. Hello. I am Liam. And we need to have a wee talk about the channel. It's kind of serious, so it is. You can tell because I intentionally shaved my mustache and it wasn't an accident by any means. And the thing that is changing is... Okay, I've got kind of like anticipation for a little bit now. It's not getting deleted. Channel's not getting deleted. That ain't going nowhere. But I'm putting this video out because there will be changes made in 2022 to the channel, things that I just want to improve on. That you will probably notice, and I want to have like transparency. And I've not done one of these update videos since like 2019. Was it? Just after the KKB interview. But yeah, this is going to be kind of an easygoing wee video, so apologies for if I ramble a bit too much. Feel free to just put this video on in the background while you play a game or go a run, or even just while you're sleeping, just put it on loop and just let it repeat throughout your dreams. Go ahead and do that. We're going to kind of chop this up into 3 main chapters, and we're going to go for our first one, which is kind of like what my plans are for 2022. And yeah, kind of want to do some reflection as well, because I mean 2021, aka 2 Electric Boogaloo, this was a good year for me creatively. I was very happy with what I've put out, and I just want to show my appreciation, say thank you to anyone that watched any of my stuff in 2021. And yeah, like some of the comments as well, by the way, just kind of brought me close to tears. There's some really lovely words being said. I think 2021 was the first year since I've started doing YouTube all the way back in, like, I guess technically 2017, but even 2015 I was doing stuff. I felt like everything I put out, the catalogue of stuff, I'm happy. Like, if anyone new comes across my channel and they were to watch anything I put out last year, I'd be absolutely fine with it. I do count myself as some of a kind of like a perfectionist. Like, there's always stuff I want to change about stuff that I put out. Even this video, I'm sure, even though it's more easygoing, I'm sure I'll be like, oh, I wish I said this and said that. But just anything that I put out last year, I was super chuffed with. I think the thing that I was most happy with was probably that all the albums I no longer love / hate. I didn't expect it to like perform that well. I never really put out stuff with the hopes that like, oh, it's going to perform like this or that, but I was happy that like I had fun making it and people had fun kind of like discussing what albums they no longer love or hate. It might do a part 2 at some point, but yeah, I was happy with what I put out in 2021, but what do I actually want to do in 2022 is probably what you're most concerned with. And I guess we should probably address my main 2 series, starting with Ranked. I put out 2 Ranked videos, 3 if you count the Simpsons one, and yeah, I was very happy with them. I feel like I'm really good at the research stuff. I feel like the kind of quality production value is also really good, especially now that I've got kind of like lighting going on. Like, it kind of feels like a bit more professional, for lack of a better word. And yeah, I think if there's something I want to kind of tinker with in 2022 is, I think because I'm good with the research, I consider myself good with the research, I get so much notes and details that I think I may need to tinker with maybe potentially doing like a chronological format for once. Maybe like I've got 2 artists in mind to cover and they're quite expansive, so I think doing the chronological route would be good, even though I do really like the whole like worst to best format. We'll need to see. That's really the only major change that's coming with the Ranked videos, that and just kind of like the hopes that as the year goes on, the steam and momentum picked up. Maybe I'll get to do more than just a handful each year, but we'll have to wait and see. My other mainstay is reviewing X albums in Y minutes series, and at this point this is like the videos that when I put them out brings in the most new people and the most like kind of mainstay subscribers are watching. It's my big one, and it's the one that I still have a lot of fun making, and I think I always will, because I mean, new music, I also have thoughts to put out there. The process of making them is a lot more streamlined. I have all the graphics in place, kind of recording them and whatnot. I can do some in voiceovers if I feel like that's the best thing to do. I can do them in front of camera. I think in 2021 they finally came into their own. I feel like the way they are now is the way that I'm happy doing them, and yeah, my big thing is that I want to do more of them in 2022. That's the big thing I wanted to say. I'm going to put them out bi-monthly, and that doesn't mean that they'll just come out in June. It means that yeah, at least one every 2 months, and it might even be more because you know how like some months are. February's quite short, January feels quite long. You know, like it might be like every 6, 7-ish weeks that one will come out. I can't make any promises, but you will see them a lot more. So yeah, maybe 7 review roundups by the end of the year. Maybe I'll do like a big kind of like compilation of all of them. Who knows? We'll see what happens. There is a kind of thing that I want to put out this year. There's kind of a lot of things I want to put out this year that aren't just those 2 main series. I'd love to kind of like experiment a bit more. I'd love to try like video essays and just other kind of miscellaneous topics that are maybe tangentially related to music, but like maybe you wouldn't expect me to put out. We'll see what happens there. And there's also a people would probably expect me to have put out by now, considering it is 2022. I guess that's all I'll say about that. I guess the only thing that I'll kind of tease at is that I will be putting out that video that you'd probably expect me to do, but we'll be doing it bit by bit. That's all I'll say. On to the next chapter, and yeah, let me be real for a second. I would not have been able to spend as much time on a video like the Simpsons ranked video, or have bought like light and like this crane that my mic is on, and just kind of like made the channel more fleshed out in a way if it weren't for the patrons. The Hydrated Homies, Honchos and CEOs have helped out so much, and the fact that people even want to kind of support me in that way, it gives me a good little morale boost, so it does. And I think what I'm wanting to do in 2022 is just make it more of an appetizing prospect. I've got no goals in terms of like, oh, I want to hit this amount of patrons or have this many amounts of pledges or stuff like that. I just wanted to make it seem better a deal for you, because I feel like you are very nice in doing it already. So yeah, let's just go over the tiers quickly. For £1 pledges, that's the Hydrated Homies. You get early access. That's always been the case. You'll get it the day before at the very latest in front of people that are going to watch it publicly. Obviously that doesn't include this season because I like to keep that under wraps and everyone gets to see it at the same time, but everyone's been very understanding about that. Now the added benefit of being a Hydrated Homie is that you will get to vote on review roundup suggestions, which leads us fittingly on to the £3 tier, which is the Hydrated Honchos. Hydrated Honchos have always got early access, as well as their names in the credits, which, yeah, I mean, getting to put those credits up always makes me super happy. The new benefit, as well as getting to vote on review roundup suggestions, you also get to suggest them. You also get to kind of put an album each kind of turn of the review roundup season. You get to put an album up for suggestion. Everyone else votes on it. It could end up getting picked. I'm not sure how I'll do it. If it'll be like it has to get X amount of votes, or if the top 3 or 4 of that cycle will be kind of submitted. We'll see how that works. We'll work that out as we go along, but I feel that kind of makes it a bit more of a tantalising prospect of being one of the bigger pledges. But you may not care for democracy. You'd be like, democracy? That's old. I don't care about that stuff. Then maybe the £5 tier, the Hydrated CEO tier, will be more your thing. You get early access, you get your name in the credits, you get to vote on stuff, but you also, each cycle of review roundup, whenever it comes out, you get to submit an album. It doesn't have to be voted on, it gets submitted right away. There's like a few kind of like additions to that, like no self promo, and if there's a bit of a addition, like if I'm just like I don't want to cover that, I'll just say to you like, can we not? And you can choose something else, and that should hopefully be a-okay. Beforehand, sorry about that. Beforehand, it used to be that you'd get like I would get Anti-Lame to do a little drawing for you. No one took me up on that offer. I don't know if that's because it wasn't a good one, or if just like people didn't really care about it. But hopefully now this will be something that, like, if you're supporting the channel, you probably watch the review roundups and you're probably like, oh, I would actually like you to cover this album that not enough people are talking about. Hopefully that's all good. That's all I've really got to say about the Patreon stuff. I think it's really neat that people like this stuff and want to support me in that way. And whether you are already financially supporting me, whether you are going to after I've talked about it a wee bit here, or if like you can't do it. Times are tough all the time, I know, especially now. Not going to get into politics. It's not so easy. So even if you can't, but you watch the content and you love, or not even love, you'd like to see what I'm doing, I appreciate you. You're the best. You're the best. And now for the last chapter. My throat always goes dry during making these videos. I always edit that out. This is just about the stuff that I want to do in 2022 that isn't directly tied to the channel, but will no doubt come back into it all. And we'll start that off with the Twitch stuff. Some of you may remember the Twitch streamer era that I had from mid 2020 to mid 2021. I like doing that a lot. It was fun. The people that I met along the way were always very nice, and I still keep in touch with some people that I like made those connections with via. Yeah, it was great. The downfall was that I kind of just got into too much of a routine, and I just kept I just burnt myself out. That's the gist. That's the gist there. In 2022, I want to bring that back, and that's all I'm going to say at this point. I don't want to make any big promises because I really don't know what's going to happen. The desired outcome would be that once or twice a month I will do a stream, and that could be an interview, it could be a track review roundup type thing, it could be just a little gaming sesh, it could be something like that, it could be all put into one. But I really don't want to kind of say that I'm going to do something and then it just doesn't happen because it just gets too daunting. But I definitely want the interview side of things. I want to get back into it. I'm a good interviewer. I feel confident in saying that. I'm happy with the backwash interview I conducted last year. And yeah, more of them would be good, and they would probably get put on this channel. If it gets to a point where I'm doing loads of streaming, I'd probably end up making a second kind of side channel. But yeah, some more music interviews and more kind of streaming type content. 2022 should be happening, can I get back up and running. Another thing that I want to do that's out with the channel, but I think is still relevant for people that watch the channel, is a TikTok, which I've not talked about in a video before. And yeah, I've been doing it for a while now, since like late 2020. And yeah, it's going well so far. It's picking up a wee bit. I'm not like bringing this up to kind of go like, oh, I hope to hit this many followers or this many likes, because you're not in control of that. The only thing that I'm in control of is the amount of videos that I put out, and I'm going to try and put out one TikTok per week, and that will be kind of maybe like the kind of best songs out right now that you want to listen to, or maybe kind of as New Year's that I've started was about kind of like ranking the top 10 UK US hits of each year for the 2010s, which is fun, whatever I feel like. And if you are on TikTok or you like that short form content, then go follow me, because I will be putting stuff out, and there's already a good bank of stuff there that I'm chuffed with. But I'm looking at my notes right now, and yeah, that's really about it. There's other stuff that I want to do in 2022, like that staple start a podcast is still up there, but I just need to think of a good hook and think of like ways that I can make it interesting, because God knows loads of podcasts out there. I want to make it unique. But yeah, that's about it for me. Yeah, just thank you for everyone that supported me in 2021. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I just hope that in 2022 I can keep the quality up. I'm very happy with the best songs and best albums videos that I've just put out. They are probably the best in those kind of my genres that I've put out so far. I'm very happy. Like, they're the best songs and the best albums videos that I've put out. Not a tongue twister at all. But yeah, you can, I think probably like in a week or two I'll put out the first review roundup of 2022, the first of many, I hope. There's so many albums to cover, like 25, 26. There's a whole lot. But yeah, thank you for listening to my ramblings if you have so far. Thank you to my wonderful patrons as well, on screen and not, for supporting me. And yeah, I'm gonna shut up now because I've been rambling for far too long. I'll see you very soon. As always, stay safe and stay hydrated.